Good morning. Shout out to all fathers around the globe. We appreciate you and the efforts you put in towards your family. Today, we'll be diving into a series of studying the U.S. Constitution. Most because we've noticed a lot of things happening in the U.S. and I feel like we should have a recap on how we all started. And also because the 4th of July is coming up pretty soon, and I figured we might as well get ahead of that. Now, some people might confuse the Declaration of Independence for the U.S. Constitution, and vice versa, so I'll give a quick summary of how to separate the two documents for the foundation of the USA. In short, the Declaration of Independence states that the United States of America is a country in its own right, independent of England, and includes a list of grievances against the King of England. The difference between the Declaration of Independence versus the Constitution is that the U.S. Constitution formed our federal government and set the laws of the land. There are no amendments to the Declaration of Independence, but the Constitution originally had 12, which is good to know. That we now have more amendments, which was mostly for the additional power to vote for other citizens. The Declaration of Independence dates back to 1776, and the document was finalized on July 4th of that year. Though it was not officially signed by representatives from all 13 colonies until August 2nd. The U.S. Constitution wasn't written until the Constitutional Convention from May 25th to September 17th in 1787, almost 11 years later from the Declaration. The Constitution was signed in Independence Hall in Philadelphia. The Constitution set up goals and purposes and the aim was to create a federal government that could oversee the United States people without holding so much power that it would risk citizens' fundamental rights. We will focus on the Preamble of the Constitution, which acts as an introduction to the higher laws and clauses set forth. Interesting fact is that the Preamble only consists of 52 words, and I'll read as followed. We, the people of the United States, in order to form a more perfect union, establish justice, ensure domestic tranquility, provide for the common defense, promote the general welfare, and secure the blessings of liberty to ourselves and our posterity. Do ordain and establish this Constitution for the United States of America. Those first 3 words in the Constitution are some of the most powerful words on a single document. We the people. This helps solidify the notion that the Constitution is a people's document. They declare that the Constitution derives its power not from a king or a Congress, but from the people themselves. This concept of popular sovereignty, power to the people, is the foundation upon which the entire Constitution depends. The Preamble of the Constitution also helps demonstrate the unity and resolve that the citizens of a young USA had, and inspire citizens nowadays to continue that unity and resolve towards the betterment of our society. The U.S. Constitution begins with "We the people of the United States of America," which is notable because it shows that the Constitution is of the people, for the people, and by the people of the United States. At the time of its writing, the idea of a government for the people was novel. Normal citizens of the United States wrote the U.S. Constitution. They were people who understood what it was like not to have any special powers or privileges, hence why the Constitution is of the people. Forming a federal government that won't risk citizens' rights are enumerated more specifically in the Constitution, including justice, domestic tranquility, common defense, and more. These goals are for the people. When referring to by the people, it is noted that the ones that enter in the government are the people. We are also the people, and we choose people who we agree with to make up the government. Those people in the government should be upholding the Constitution to their best ability and not give in to greedy personal desires that benefit only themselves. We spent all that time just focusing on the first 3 words of the preamble. Now, I did read it out loud, so you guys got to listen to it. But there is power there in those first 3 words. We, the people. This refers to any and every legal U.S. citizen. And we are in charge of the government, for without us, they would not be in positions of power. I'm going to read this quote by Abraham Lincoln I've had in that top right corner. We, the people, are the rightful masters of both Congress and the courts, not to overthrow the Constitution, but to overthrow the men who pervert the Constitution. Now, as proper patriots and United States citizens, and our country's sovereign entity, it is our duty and privilege to inherently question those in power. For if they are not upholding the Constitution, then we should get rid of them, because the Constitution is what made us us. We should not just listen to what politicians tell us, what they'll do, but pay close attention to what they actually do and what interests they serve. We will continue to study the Constitution next week. Have an excellent day.